Hi class, good morning. So we are now in Big Picture B in Focus, ULB. So at the end of this unit, I am expecting that you'll be able to learn and understand the various theories of international trade and explain the various strategies on firms' internationalization process. So the meta languages of this unit are the following, no? The beggar thy neighbor policies, free trade, economies of scale, and monopolistic advantage. So later on, we will discuss them further, no, one by one during our discussion. Okay, so let's have the first part, no? The theories on international trade. So we all know that countries do trade for the purpose of using their resources efficiently, thus becoming them productive. So there are questions, no, such as for example, why do nations trade? So ngano kaya jud nga ang isa ka country is mag-go into trading? So the question can be answered by the following theories nga will be presented later on, no? So pwedeng ang rason is that because of the following theories, no? So let's discuss the different theories. First is mercantilism. So I think mercantilism was proposed by John Baptist Colbert, no? Of which it is the belief that national prosperity is the result of a positive balance of trade, no? Achieved by maximizing exports and minimizing imports. So meaning, if we will maximize exports than imports, surely we will have this trade surplus. No? So mo ni ang paglaban, no, sa mercantilism. So pwedeng ang isa ka country is nego sila internationalization because they really believe, no, sa theory ng mercantilism, of which magkaroon ng positive balance of trade ang isa ka country in kanang because of mas daghan silang export kaysa sa import, no. So if we can also remember, no, in our past discussion during the computation of the gross domestic product using the expenditure approach, ang pinaka-last, di ba, nga formula is net export, meaning export minus import. So meaning kung positive gani na class, that would really add up, no, sa ato ang gross domestic product. Therefore, that also really supports, no, sa theory sa mercantilism, of which magkaroon tayo ng national prosperity once we have this positive balance of trade. However, in the long run, napoy negative effect, no, if we will always na lang pod mas dako kayo atong export kaysa sa atong import. Remember, we have these scarce resources. So pasabot, kung sige produce, wala pud tay gina pasulod, no? We all know nga scarce atong resources na magkaroon jud tayo kanang there will come, no, a time nga magkaroon tayo ng shortage, no, sa mga resources. So dapat mas nindot po jud nga uh, balance lang, no. We will have this equilibrium. Next theory that can answer the question why the nations trade is the absolute advantage principle. So ang gina-point lang ani absolute advantage principle is that in a country, naman jud tayo, nag-produce man jud tag products, no, or goods. So meaning, we will look at kung asa jud ta mas nindot or mas hawd mo produce ana nga product compared sa other countries. Like for example, kinsa man natong example class. For example lang, char-char lang niha. So for example, ang Philippines is kanang how'd sila mohimo og chocolate, no? Then dira na lang pud sila mo focus, no, kay as makita nila nga dira man sila daghang resources or inana, no, sige ana na lang si Philippines mo focus na lang in producing banana because na sila absolute advantage sa banana compared sa other countries, no, because if we will talk about absolute advantage principle, this states that a country benefits by producing primarily those products in which it has an absolute advantage, meaning those that it can produce using fewer resources than any other country. So it negates the view of the mercantilists, which deprives individuals of the ability to trade freely and to benefit from voluntary exchange. So kung dito ta maka produce of something using lower cost, no, and kanang mas naatay kanang mas nindot atong mas gamay lang atong resources nga magamit in producing that output, therefore dira na lang ta mag-focus, no? So this is supported, no, this principle follows the notion of Adam Smith that nations have much to benefit from free trade. Kay mas nindot magunang ma-identify nato asa man jud ta, no, na advantage in producing a certain product. Kay kung na-identify nato na, therefore, dira na lang sad ta mag-focus, dira nato i-devote ato ang time, atong resources to produce that one kay tungod na atay at absolute advantage ana nga product. So because of this absolute advantage principle, nagkaroon tayo ng comparative advantage principle, no? This is asserted by David Ricardo. This principle contends that what matters is not the absolute cost of production, but rather the relative efficiency. So diri, since na-identify na itong absolute nga advantage na to nga product, no? Product of which natin absolute advantage. So diri na nato i-compare nato, no, sa other countries. Puntahay sa other countries is lahi pud ilahang absolute advantage, ang sa imuhang country is lahi pud imong absolute advantage. So we now have this comparative advantage, no. So ako nga country mas grabe ko mo produce og banana compared sa kini nga country, let us say Switzerland man siguro na, no, or kinsa ganing naga-produce jud og milk, no. So diri pud ko mo focus. So by that, since pag i-compare na itong duha ka country, if the Philippines needs kanang milk, so dapat mo import na lang sa og milk from other countries, no? And pag tanaw sa uban countries, hala, mas grabe sila mag-produce og rice, no? Ay banana. So dito na lang pud sila mo kuha sa atoa, no? Because we have this comparative advantage. We cannot really deny the fact, no, mura pud gud og tao, no, nga in a team tan-aw na to kung asa ka absolute advantage. Hala kini math, how to math, yang pikas is how to science, murag ana good class. So meaning mo na lang absolute advantage, pero if you na-compare na, since nakita na nato ang difference sa duha, why not sige daw bi kung naay pangutana nga science ikaw tubag, kung naay pangutana nga math ako itubag, murag ana good class. So sa country, pag tan-aw niya nga ay naay absolute advantage na nga country, i-import na lang nako na nga product. Ako pod na mo koy absolute advantage ani nga product, i-import na lang, i-export na lang po din ako sa other countries, no. So dili na ta mag huna-huna, no, dili na ta mag sayang-sayang sa ato ang time in producing that specific product nga wala man tay absolute advantage ana. So that's it, no. Next is factor proportions theory or factor endowment theory. So this is proposed by L. Leigh Heckscher and his student Bertil Ohlin. This theory suggests that each country should export products that intensively use relatively abundant factors of production and import goods that intensively use relatively scarce factors of production. Ang pasabot lang ani class is that every country natay different resources nga abundant ta, no. For example, there is sa Philippines naman tay vast lands, no. So natay mga luna para matamnan og mga agricultural products. Therefore, we are more advantageous, no, kung ang hisgutan is mga agricultural kanang products because we have resources nga makatabang kay para makaproduce anak ng mga products. Compared sa, for example, Singapore na sila gamay ra kaayo nga land area or kanang area, no, of which kung makita nimo ang mga balay sa Singapore, if magtanom sila, no, nasa ilahang mga rooftop because ang balay dito is dili pa wide, no, pasaka pataas kay tungod limited lang ilahang land area. So by that we can see nga na different kanang lahi-lahi og abundance, no, sa mga resources ang every country. Right? Like for example pod, kung sa Saudi Arabia or other nga mga Arab countries, mas ilahang resources nga abundant sila is kanang mga fuel, no, of which diri sa Philippines wala pud tay kakuan kaayo, no, ginana fuel and oil. So pasabot anak class is that why not focus on the products nga wherein makakuha tag abundant resources, no? So meaning kita kay nindot man ato ang yuta, no, fertile lands. So meaning mag-focus na lang ta sa into agriculture for now, no. And ang ubang, like for example Singapore, mag-focus na lang sila sa technology kay mas nindot man ilang technology in producing something, no, inana. So meaning tan-awon daw nato kung asa abundant ato ang resources. Kay kung dira abundant atong resources, dira na lang nato i-focus, dira ta mag-produce og products from the resources nga naata, no? So after producing products, then we will export that one. So inana class kay para dili na lang ta mag sayang-sayang, then katong gamay ra atong resources, no, limited ra atong resources or scarce atong resources in producing a product nga kana nga product ang ma-produce using that scarce resource nga naata, better nga i-import na lang nato na, no? So pasabot, like for example, kung daghan tag mga humay dire, no, mga rice, so ato na lang nang i-export kung daghan, no, export, then mag-import na lang tag fuel and oil, no? So inana ang pasabot ni factor proportions theory, kung asa abundant atong resources in producing that specific product, dira na lang ta mag-focus, no, then i-import na lang tong uban, no, nga mga goods. Next is international product life cycle theory. So, of course, kining international product life cycle theory, this is a theory sa isa ka butang, no? Let us say television. I just forgot kung asa na buo ang first ang television, US man siguro to, no? If I'm not mistaken. But basta a specific country na lang. So for example, a specific country produces television. Of course, natay tulo ka stage, no, sa product life cycle theory: introduction, maturity, and standardization. So since ang isa ka country naka-produce og TV, mo nang ginatawag nga introduction stage pa, pasabot siya pa mismo, siya lang ang naga-produce ana nga TV or television. Hantod na paligya na niya tanan sa iyang country. So here comes na-saturate na ang market ni gi-export na, no, so sa other countries. So that is introduction. Next is maturity. So for the long period of time na siya nagahatod, no, naga-export og kana nga television sa other countries, so maabot ang time nga maabot siya sa maturity. Then here comes the last stage, no, ang standardization. Pasabot class is that since na-distribute na niya sa other countries, of course, na uban countries nga mag-study yun sa pag-produce ng television. So since nakita nila nga hala inaali di ay, no, so naanay standardization. Pasabot ang other countries na karon, particularly mga developing or underdeveloped countries, ang nagaproduce na ani nga television, and katong pinakauna nga country nga nagproduce atong nga television, sana pod ang mo import atong mga products nga television, no, kay mas barato naman sa uban countries pud good, no. So that is international product life cycle theory. Pasabot, a specific country may produce something, no, a product or a good, of which maabot ang point nga katong first nga nagproduce ana nga product or service or product or good is mo na pud ang naga-import ana nga product or good, no. So that is international product life cycle theory. Next is new trade theory. So this theory argues that increasing returns to scale, especially economies of scale, are important for superior international performance in industries that succeed best as their production volume increases. So pag muhintag ka ng economies of scale, as what I have said early as a past discussion, if mao na atong ma-produce, no, for example, sa isa ka room atong rent is 10,000, kung natay na produce or wala, mubayad jud tag 10,000, no? Kay that is fixed cost. So pasabot, why not produce na lang tag daghan, no? So mag-produce na lang tag daghan because at least kung daghan atong production, mas mogamay ato ang cost, no? Meaning sa cost in every unit. So by that, we will have or achieve these economies of scale. So ang new trade theory po ginaingon ani is that dili importante nga ang isa ka country is daghan kay gina-produce nga products than gina-export. Ang ginasuportahan aning new trade theory is that pwede nga gamay lang ato ang gina-produce nga products of which gina-export nato. Pero we will make it sure nga naatay economies of scale. Why not atong ibuhos atong resources in producing that specific product or katong gamay ra mga products, no? Kay para dito na lang nato i-focus tanan nato nga mga resources. So ginaingon diri sa last sentence is that according to new trade theory, trade is thus beneficial even for countries that produce only a limited variety of products. So pwede nga limited variety of products lang pero atong gisuksukan, no, gi identify nato unsaon pag-produce ana nga mas efficient. And ang production ana ang production is by large volume na, no, for us to really save, no, para makat nato ang cost. So that is economies of scale, no. As said or kanang stated by the new trade theory. So next is enhancing nations' competitive advantage. So naatay ginatawag ng comparative advantage and competitive advantage. So I think I already have explained this one pero i-reiterate lang nako, no, ang akong gisulti. So ang difference sa comparative and competitive advantage is that when we talk about comparative advantage, we are more talking into the resources, no? Kung kinsa ang mas daghang resources. So meaning kung daghan ka ng resources, you are more kanang nakay comparative advantage over other nation. Pero ay resources lang jud kasagaran, no, ang comparative advantage. Ang competitive advantage is that you have the resources as well as naakay something, no, sa imuhang country nga kanang how do ka mubuhat ana because you have the techniques, no, you have the technology or naadjud kay something within your specific nation nga how jud mo ana, no, nga butang. Meaning competitive advantage is more into the internal aspect, no, kung giun sa pag-produce ana nga product, no, or kanang goods. So competitive advantage of nations, Michael Porter provides insights with regards to the firm's competitive advantage. According to him, the competitive advantage of a nation depends on the collective competitive advantage of the nation's firms. So by looking at this, no, competitive advantage of a nation, mag-agad daw ang competitive advantage sa nation sa competitive advantage, no, of specific firms nga naa dira nga country. So if i-total nato tanan, no, if tanaw na to tanan ang competitive advantages sa every firm, so meaning that will build up, no, the competitive advantage of a nation. And dako kayo tabang, no, ang research and development sa isa ka country or isa ka firm for them to really have this competitive advantage. So let's now talk about determinants of national competitiveness. So Michael Porter described several factors that give rise to competitive advantage at both the company and national levels. So the name the Porter Diamond model, it comprises four major elements, no? First is demand conditions. So this refers to the nature of home market demand for specific products and services. So the presence of demanding customers pressures firms to innovate faster and produce better products. So one of the reasons daw nganong ang isa ka country is maka-build og competitive advantage, no, or ang isa ka firm is magkaroon ng competitive advantage is because of the demand conditions, no, of the consumers. Because of kanang mga mo demand sila something, no, kanang gusto mi ginani, so meaning mapugsan, no, og innovate ang mga firms to really produce that products or that product, I mean. So I think mas gina-identify din, no, ang mga latent demands. So when we talk about latent demands, I don't know if natakyan na ni nato class, mo ning mga demand sa mga products of which dili pa available sa market. So by that, mag-innovate jud ang specific country, no, to really produce that product, no, kay para ma-meet ang kanang latent demand sa mga tao. So that is demand conditions. Next is firm strategy, structure, and rivalry. So refer to the nature of domestic rivalry and conditions in a nation that determines how firms are created, organized, and managed. So because of the firm rivalry, no? Wait lang, class. Okay, let's continue, no? Because of the firm strategy, structure, and rivalry, no? A certain country, ay a certain firm, mapugos jud sila og make og bag-o, no? Or unique nga mga processes, unique nga mga strategy and structure kay para kanang at least maka-compete jud sila maayo, no? So mapugsan sila to produce, no, or to make something new or unique para sa ilaha kay para magkaroon sila ng competitive advantage over other firms, no, existing firms. So nindot pod, no, kay tungod mataas-an ang quality sa kana nga product or service kay tungod aning rivalry, no. So it's just like mga universities as of the moment, no, each university nagapangita sila way of which mapataas nila ang quality sa ilahang education. So as you can see, is really soaring new heights, mga mas taas, no, ng mga accreditation kanang since we already have this ISO 9001 2015 certification, DPQA, and other nga mga accreditation, no, particularly in every program. So meaning mas kinapatasan niya, no, ang quality jud anang ang sa education aspect kay para makig-compete sa other existing mga universities, no. So kay by that kanang magkaroon ang isa ka business establishment or isa ka firm og competitive advantage kay tungod napugsan sila, no, kay lahi-lahi man tag strategy, lahi-lahi ang every firm og structure, and because of this rivalry, so mapugsan sila to really have this competitive advantage, no. Next is factor conditions. So pag may ganit tag factor, this means kanang mga resources, no. So describes the nation's resources such as labor, natural resources, advanced factors such as capital, technology, entrepreneurship, advanced workforce, skills, and know-how. So kining factor conditions, magkaroon tayo ng competitive advantage sa isa ka nation if we already also have this factor condition. So dako pud nig part, no, since we have the available resources, why not produce something out from the natural resources nga available sa inyong country of which abundant mo. So that is factor conditions. Next is related and supporting industries. Because of naatay mga related and supporting industries present in our nation, nindot if ato ang product or atong ginaproduce na product or good is supported or kanang aligned, no, or allied ana nga specific existing related and supporting industries. So meaning this refers to the presence of clusters of suppliers, competitors, and skilled workforce. Pasabot, since mo ni ato ang line of business, nindot nga naatay available jud nga mga nindot pod nga mga suppliers and others ng mga related and supporting industries ana nga product. I think this would be the last one, no, nga atong discussion under the ay dili pa di ay. So next is national industrial policy. So pag mo intag national industrial policy, this is a policy of which ang government or a national industrial policy is a proactive economic development plan. A government launches to build or strengthen a particular industry, often implemented in a collaboration with private sector. So kining national industrial policy, this is a plan, no, of which i-identify sa nation of which asa man sila mas pabor nga industry. So kung dira sila mas pabor, so meaning ang national kana government will really make move, no, magbuhat sila economic plan of which dira na nato i-focus ato ang mga resources. Just for example, here in the Philippines, as you can observe, we are now shifting from agriculture to industry. So, kanang murag biyaan nato no at some point ang agriculture, pero naaragid gahapon no. Pero ang atong more focus, ang budget is more into the specific industry of which dira ta mas nakalamang no, or mas dira daghan ta og resources no. So mo nang national industrial policy. Next is internationalizing firm no. Internationalization process model describe how companies expand abroad no. So others pwede nga ang reason nga nang nag-internationalization sila is that because they really want no kanang to have ang first manggod is that kanang naa pa sa atong country, then kung ma-saturate na, why not kanang ipadala sa laing nasod no. So that's why ang uban establishments mo go into foreign direct investment. So mo ning pinakadali no, at some point kung ilahang tan-awon mas dali nga mosulod into internationalization or international trade, business and trade. Next is how can internationalizing firm gain and sustain competitive advantage no. So various MNCs have gone expansion on a large scale no. So natay explanations no why ang isa ka firm no, why internationalization can sustain competitive advantage no. So first is FDI based explanation. So most explanations of international business have emphasized FDI, the preferred entry strategies of MNEs no. So kini siya ma-explain ni siya or naa siya three alternative theories no developed by scholars explaining how firms can use FDI to gain and sustain competitive advantage. First is monopolistic advantage principle. So this theory suggests that firms that use FDI as an internationalization strategy must own or control certain resources and capabilities not easily available to competitors. So mas nindot nga if mosulod daw tag FDI class, naa jud tay something unique no, or kita lang naa or few lang ang nainana no. Kay para naatay monopolistic advantage among existing nga mga firms sa kana nga country and even in the worldwide no, I work kanang sa palibot and other countries. So by that, if natay inana, so mas nindot nga mosulod tag FDI no. Etungod gamay ra ang naga-produce or naga-offer ana nga products and services. Next is internalization process. Pasabot aning internalization process, this theory explains the process by which firms acquire and retain one or more value chain activities. Pag mo intag value chain activities, we are more into looking kung asa ta maka-add og value pa no. Katong mga added value nga mga activities of which makabuthatag ta og kanang quality or naay something sa ato ang product nga kanang makita nato nga because of this added value or value chain activity nato nindot ato ang na-produce nga product. So kining internalization theory mas nindot nga if mo go ta into FDI naatay something sa ato ang internal process no, of which makita ang result ana sa output nga hala nindota ani nga product because sa sulod pa lang daan no, sa process pa lang sa sulod natay mga value chain activities nga maka-add up no og value sa ato ang finished goods no. So internationalization also gives the firm greater control over its foreign operations. So nindot no nga mas kanang if mo go pud tag FDI dapat mamili tag someone to really lead no. For example nati kanang business dito sa Singapore, so dapat ang atong gipalid dito is competent enough to jud kay because if dili kaayo so pwede nga mag-fail jud ato ang business. Next is Dunning's eclectic paradigm. So this is proposed by Professor John Dunning. No? The eclectic paradigm as a framework explains the extent and pattern of the value chain operations that companies should own abroad. So the eclectic paradigm specifies three conditions. First is ownership specific advantage. So mas nindot no nga dapat kung mo-go through ta into FDI, an MNE should hold knowledge, skills, capabilities, key relationships, and other advantages that it owns and that allow it to compete effectively in the foreign markets. From the word itself, ownership specific. So pasabot, sa sulod palang daan, ang mga na-employ nga empleyado is competent enough, competitive, no? Ang mga available resources, no, natay mga key relationships with other nga mga business establishments, kay by that natay kauban and other advantages is dapat naata, no? Sa sulod palang daan, sa operations palang daan is good na. Kay by that, okay ato ang pagpadagan sa ato ang business. Next is location specific advantages. So nindot pod nga pag mutukod tag foreign direct investment na jud tay mag-study jud ta no, feasibility study. Tan-awon nato sa atong target market and asa nindot ibutang ato ang business. Kay by that, if naatay nindot nga location, rest assured nga naat jud tay nindot nga sales no. So naatay kanang duol ra sa atong target market. So bisan pag unsa kanindot sa atong business class kung maot atong location dili kanang feasible, dili nindot atong location, wala ra gihapon no. So nindot pod nga dapat maka-identify tag nindot nga location of which dito nato itukod atong foreign direct investment nga business. Next is internalization advantages. So nasulti ko na ni, this is the third condition that determines FDI-based internationalization is the presence of internalization advantages. So the firm gains these benefits from internalizing foreign-based manufacturing, distribution, or other value chain activities. So mas nindot pod nga kuntahay ang nag-produce ana nga product is ato ara pong business no. Ang nag-produce atong uban lahi pod nga product no, ang distributor sa kana nga product is kaalay ra pod nato or mas nindot nga ato ang sister company and others no. Kay by that nindot ang ato ang pagpadagan sa ato ang business. We also have the non-FDI based explanations no. So these are international collaborative ventures. So a collaborative venture is a form of cooperation between two or more firms no. So there are two major types, equity based joint ventures that result in a new legal entity and non-equity based or project based. So kining internationalization collaborative ventures, ang duha ka country kay nag-collaborate to really produce something no, produce an output. So naay duha ka klase, equity based and non-equity based. Kini equity based is that nagsabot ang duha ka business nga why not let's have a venture no. So kung equity based meaning kung tayo si A ug si B nag-collaborate, pwede nga maglahi na sila pangalan, si C na sila no, of which they will have a new legal entity no. So C company or C distributor or whatsoever sa pangalan sa ilahang business. Si non-equity based naman is that wala sila nag-join no through equity. Pero nag-venture sila, nag-collaborate sila, collaborative venture using kanang kuan lang kung tayo hawd ka ani, sige ako mag-inani, ikaw mag-inani, pero mahuman inyong collaboration after rapod mahuman inyong project no. So kung tahay uso man na karon no nga ang isa ka business is makig-collaborate sa isa ka business to really produce specific project lang. Once mahuman na ang project, human na pod ilahang collaboration. Next is networks and relational assets. So if we will have or we will kanang if we will engage our business into FDI, nindot po jud class kanatay networks and relational assets. Pasabot natay mga partners no, mga entities to really support our business. Kay by that, mura ra gud tao no. There's no man is an island. So mas nindot pod ang business is mag-run with partners, with linkages, with networks. Kay by that, mas smooth ang padagan sa business. So I think that would be all for Big Picture BULB, no? I will also send PowerPoint presentation for this, no, for to really explain more, no, at least naay mga additional information sa katong PowerPoint presentation. So I think that's all for this morning class and God bless sa inyong examination. Thank you so much.